And now, your East Texas Storm Team forecast.
Welcome back and a happy Wednesday to you, East Texas. As we look out there right now, seeing just a little bit of cloud cover out there, but things are dry. Now, earlier this morning, we had a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity out there, but not seeing any of that right now. 82 is that current temperature. Those winds about 11 miles an hour, so we have a little bit of a breeze. And as we look here across the region, again, really not seeing much going on except for a few clouds, but we did have a couple of storms earlier on this morning. As far as those temperatures go, it is warming up pretty quickly. We're sitting at about 89 right now in Austin, 87 in Houston, and here across East Texas, most of us have started to rise into those 80s, and we will likely get close to 90 as we go into the afternoon. So don't be surprised if you look at that thermometer and it says 90 degrees later on this afternoon, because it is going to be a hot one, but at least we'll have that northwesterly breeze. And then as we go into our Thursday and Friday, it's going to even get a touch hotter before we start to see things kind of cool down as we head into your weekend. And the reason for that cool down lies in the fact that we're going to have those increasing rain chances. So we had that storm chance this morning, and then we could see a stray storm this afternoon, particularly in deep East Texas. But then as we look here at those rain chances going forward, really going to start to increase as we go into your weekend. Futurecast does show that potential here for maybe a pop-up storm later on this afternoon across deep East Texas. But that's really about it as far as those rain chances go until we get into the weekend. As we get into Friday, though, we'll start to see some of those clouds increase here, but the rain chances do start to hold off until we get into Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's going to be the pretty much the best time frame where we see some of that heavier rainfall potential out there. And as we look here at those rain totals, generally on the order of about a ½ inch to an inch, maybe some isolated higher totals. Certainly can't rule that out, especially if those rain chances, of course, do increase. It all depends on some interesting stuff that I'll talk about here in a second with a storm out in the Pacific. But here's a look at those rain totals the past 7 days. Some of us have really gotten the jackpot on some of that rain, and we're talking about 7 inches down there to the just to the west of San Augustine, also up north of Gilmer, with over 9 inches of rain. So some of us have seen quite a bit, and we are going to get more here over the coming days. Looking out in the Gulf right now, things are quiet. That is great news entering the peak of hurricane season. Also looking at an area that could develop here across the tropical Atlantic, and as it moves off to the west, it has a high chance of doing so. The next name on the list is Gabrielle, so we'll be watching for that here as it moves westward. Plenty of time to watch over the coming days. Also, this is that storm in the Pacific. This is Hurricane Lorena. As it moves off to the north and eventually turns into Mexico, we could see some remnant moisture from this, and that could increase our rain chances. So lots to watch here for our weather over the coming days. Back home today, looking at those highs close to 90, mostly sunny. Can't rule out a stray storm later on this afternoon. Tonight, we'll see mostly clear skies, mild conditions, those lows in the 60s. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast, and it does again show those rain chances really increasing as we head into your weekend. Those high temperatures much cooler in those 80s with lows in the 60s, and a very similar forecast for you across deep East Texas. Keep those umbrellas handy if you have any weekend plans. And for more on that forecast, you can visit us at ketk.com.
Brandon.